Scat Daddy is here. And that's the cool thing about this game. This is one of the only live multiplayer horse racing games in the world where you can actually acquire real life horses from all over the world, from the UK, Australia, Japan. You just saw Scat, you see it right here. Scat Daddy is a 6-star stallion that you can win. YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Champion Horse Racing. We're going to go ahead and get a quick video. And today I've been wanting to play this game. I just haven't had the time. And I've obviously been focusing on Gallop Racer, which is always the primary thing when I do have free time. So now I have like free time. We're going to start off here today with a grade 3, the Tokyo Sports Championship Stakes, with our colt, King de Oro, who's my best horse. He's rated essentially like if this was Buyer speed figures, for those of you that know real horse racing or aquabase, I guess he would be like a, I mean, it's a little absurd. He's a 122, which I think in reality would probably be like a 104 or 105. So pretty solid. It's a field of 8, draw 8. So we're gonna get the outside post. They say his condition is looking up. We should be the favorite here. Just trying to get our boy a win. We've been on a little bit of a slumper lately, so let's go ahead and hop in there and let's see how this goes. So it's a field of 8 in this grade 3, and we're off and racing. It is a decent start here for our boy King de Oro on the outside, but he is probably going to drop back because he runs like a mid to closer type. He doesn't really want to be anywhere near the front with proceeders or front runners. Now we have white silks, we have white hood, blue blinkers, green cap with the white and orange sleeves and the pink. So if I tap on the screen, we're like right where you can see that kind of like, I don't know what symbol you'd call this, sonic boom, earth, I don't know, but we're in 3rd place right now. So just look for the horse in 3rd, and that is our guy King de Oro. And I've really been fortunate that I acquired him. He was just a horse that I won, I think, in the auction. I just spent I think a couple of gems. I had some free ones, and I ended up acquiring him, and I've been working with him since he's 2 years old, and without a shadow of a doubt, he's our best horse. Still 60% away from breeding. He's only achieved 40% of the meter to be ready for breeding. So that's really my main focus. I've never done it in this game, but it's hard because you have to win live events to essentially unlock 20% of the breeding level. It's pretty chaotic. And the people that play this game in real life, especially in Asia, they're really good. They're no joke. So down the stretch we come. King de Oro sitting here in 2nd in the middle, not looking too good. He might be going backwards. Will he have a surge? No, he's going backwards. I wonder if I need to retire him. Like I said, he's been on a slumper lately. Maybe some decent results in there, but nothing too memorable. And he's going to finish in 6th. That's, oh my gosh, that's extremely disappointing. He was looking like he was supposed to be. Well, I don't know. I thought he was in good shape. Maybe not. Let me check. So his rating goes from a 122 down to a 121, so nothing significant. His fatigue and everything, his wet rating improves. Was it wet? I didn't even look at the conditions. I always forget to do that sometimes in this game. Well, let's actually get started off after that blunder of a race with the auction. Now, I'm aware this is not everybody's game, especially if you're not into manager games. I love manager games. I love playing games where I can actually be the character in the game, and I also love games where I'm managing it from that perspective. I'm managing the characters, the team, whatever the case is. In this case, the horses, and the game is essentially rewarding you based off of how good or bad you manage your horses. So obviously that's always a reflection of me. Scat Daddy is here, and that's the cool thing about this game. This is one of the only live multiplayer horse racing games in the world where you can actually acquire real life horses from all over the world, from the UK, Australia, Japan. You just saw Scat, you see it right here. Scat Daddy is a 6-star stallion that you can win in these auctions. So we're gonna start off here today with a free auction. I really do wish some more people could find more enjoyment in this game, even if you don't take it seriously, just because it is a cool way to manage horses. It's a little bit bare bones, but it's a cool way to manage horses. You can obviously do these auctions every day for free, or use your gems or diamonds. I don't usually, unless I have a bunch, but you can acquire real life horses and race with them in real life races. And these happen in real time, which you guys probably know that have watched me for a while. And if you like this game and you like these videos, you know I don't like the real life racing times. That's my only gripe about this game, but other than that, it's still enjoyable. And I really do want to get better in it because I want to do breeding and I want to see what that's like and how much of a difference that can make. So I'm really going to start grinding this out again. So here's our, excuse me, sorry about that. Our not 2-year-old, Rattan Kane's 4. This is our 4-year-old colt, Rattan Kane. 107 rating right now, my second best horse, mid-type runner as well. You see his stats as well, between A, B, D, C. So for those of you, obviously, that watch the Gallop Racer series, it's really no different. I think the highest in this game you can get is S or something else higher than S, but, excuse me, it's more or less ranked the same way, and you have more categories, right? You have essentially all the same categories you would in Gallop Racer, but you also have wet rating for whether or not your horse is good, obviously with, you know, running in wet conditions or not, which we don't have. Clockwise and counterclockwise, those are like abilities you can acquire in the game for horses, which is, you know, for better or for worse, good or bad, depending on what the ability is. But there's not, like, no particular stat dedicated towards that, you know. So let's check. Actually, let's go back to King de Oro. What's your record right now? So in reality, I've won 2 real-life grade 1s. That's why his breeding percentage is at 40 out of 100. You need to win 5 real-life in this game grade 1s against other players in order to get to breeding. So we haven't won a G3. That's so weird. He's won 4 grade 2s, 2 grade 1s, no grade 1 internationals, but no grade 3s. What is that about? So as you can see, recent form, 2 6th place finishes. And to be honest, I can't even remember the last race I ran him in the last time we played. So I don't know if that was also a grade 3. I just, like, where are you at in your growth type? Late maturity. So they're saying he's prime age right now. Oops, sorry about that. Pretty much all champion horse racing stuff, but this is a different device that I play on, so like I only like edit videos or like play champion horse racing at Rival Star, stuff like that. It's prime, no, that's just a category. Late maturity for this 2-year-old standard, so you're probably close to your peak late maturity. So I mean, yeah, so I keep forgetting the horse icon that I'm tapping on in the screen right here, obviously on this life to prime age bar. For our guy King de Oro here, this horse icon is almost at the end, which obviously means he's almost at his prime and also almost at the end of his career. Now you look at this horse next, Rattan Kane. He has a standard growth type, so I suppose he's probably at his peak now, and then, you know, he'll start to drop off pretty soon. Amora Jewel, newest filly I picked up, 106 rated. She still has a lot of work to do, so maybe she can turn into something for us, I'm hoping. You see her late growth type, and the horse icon's all the way back here. So the horse icon definitely indicates where in the growth type your horse is. Standard here for this Colts Conduit, which, like I said, he's pretty much at his prime at 4 years old now too. And last but not least, Bright Fun, the newest 2-year-old I just acquired, who's already 101 rated, which is good. He's won 2 grade 2s, which I think are just regional races, but still, they help your horse's rating, so like don't neglect them if you play this game. But Bright Fun here, 2-year-old colt, late maturity as well, and developing, it says for him. So developing, prime age. So yeah, actually, everybody's at prime age right now. This guy's still developing, so But it's confusing with this filly. It's saying prime age, but then she's not at her peak, so that's a little bit confusing. I could be misreading one of these wrong, but either way, like King de Oro, you can see he's a 6-star horse. I got him in that auction I was talking about, pretty much for free. And you see his breeding level, 40% out of 60. Sire's King of Hawaii, Dam is Ray Doretta. All right, let's move on. Back to Rattan Kane. What's your record? So you have 4, 6, 9. Wow. So 4th, 6th, and 9th. And before that, it was 3 wins, and then a 3rd place finish. So Rattan Kane might already be done, which would be extremely disappointing because he's only 4 years old, but that's standard, obviously, for a number of horses. He's ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and toss him. Another regional race right now. And that's probably what I'm going to do for a while. I'm getting back into this game because I really need to get my horses maxed out. And you can do it in live races, but again, it's more competitive. So if you don't have a good result, you know, it's really going to hurt your horses. You're still better off doing regional races more so, and boosting your horses' stats, getting their levels and their ratings increased. And then once you feel confident that they're at least at a decent level, then that's when you toss them into the real life races in this game. The multiplayer races is how I should call them. And then, you know, you can see how your horse does there. So we're in this grade 3. Field of, keep just swiping on things, field of 8. Sorry about that. And I'm not going to jump the gun. Now, I thought that I was under the impression, if I could get it out, that the arrows in this game, red upwards means on a good trajectory. Green in the middle means you're not bad, but you're not great. Orange triangle pointed in that direction means your horse is almost in peak condition. And blue means you have a long way to go. That's what I thought it was. I could be entirely wrong. We get draw position 6 here. Rattan Kane does have 2 multiplayer wins. You can see the ratings. A ranked, so he's heavy favorite. Are we carrying a handicap? We are slightly. Us and the 3 horse. We're carrying about 6 to 7 pound handicap over the rest of the field. Weight is fine, I think. So we should be okay. Great rating here on the turf. We'll sit at the back. Most of my horses like to do that. I'd prefer for my horses to sit at the back. I don't really like procedures in this game for some reason, because you need like a superb, like, I don't know. You need, think of any horse in Gallop Racer. For those of you that play that game, obviously, and watch the series, that's a really strong procedure. That's what you need in this game to actually like win the multiplayers. If you don't have a horse that's like one of the best horses that a player can have, then running them as a procedure in this game just seems to be a waste of time. So we'll see. It's another grade 3 here for the HRG stables. Let's see how this goes. Field of 8, and we are off and running. It's a great start for our horse, Rattan Kane. Hopefully the jockey is going to settle him back. They do. Currently sitting in 4th place. I hope he drops back a little bit further, like drop further back. I feel like most of my races I've actually won in this game in the multiplayer format. It's been from like closing horses. I can't recall the last time I won a multiplayer race on like a procedure, so that's why like I'm not wanting that. So as we round the far turn, quick race. I'm pretty sure there's not this is not a 4-turn course. I think it's, well, it's kind of, these courses in this game, they're based off of the real life ones, so obviously some of them I'm not extremely familiar with because they're in different regions. Obviously I live in the States. I thought that was going to be the final stretch. No, we were kind of on like this half back stretch, so to speak. Now we're approaching the final stretch. Yeah, it's like interesting. Yeah, I know those tracks. I've seen them in Australia for sure when I've watched horse racing live stream. So Rattan Kane, we're the horse right there as I'm tapping in the middle of the screen, still sitting in 4th. Not really giving much of a run, trying to close in, fighting as hard as he can, but again, looking outclassed here. And in another regional grade 3, this is just against the AI. When you do regional races in this game, it's only against the AI. When you do seasonal races in this game, that's when you're actually facing other players. 5th place, yeah, that's the 4th bad result. Clearly this guy is done and over with. His rating drops. Yeah, so the only thing is, like, you don't really get rewarded, I think, for retiring your horses in this game. Like, once you do, they're just kind of gone. So it's kind of like if a horse doesn't, you know, I guess do well enough for you to retire them, I don't really know how it helps you to keep certain horses past a certain point. Do we have any cups? We do not. So Rattan Kane, statistically better in speed and stamina, 77, but by 2 percentage points. I guess I wonder if like he's even worth, like, I mean, I don't even know what I can do with him. I think I do have to retire him. I'm not really getting anything from like racing him, and then he's not actually performing well. So like, look, I'll retire Rattan Kane here, and that's it. They're gone, you know. Like, it's so weird, man. I just wish there was something else that happened, and that is one thing I would say the game I wish would obviously do better with. Because, like, you know, he disappears, and then what? Owner ranking. What is my ranking? I don't really look at this. Will they even tell me my ranking if I scroll all the way down, or is it just going to be like an infinite scroll of, like, as you can see. You know, Asian or Asia, I should say, region players. Look, these people have won 2,000 grade ones. These people take this game seriously. Yeah, so I know I'm not ranked. I can't be, but I am still curious where. I'm just curious what number I actually am in the world. But for some reason, it seems like you can't actually look into that. Yeah, this is just like, yeah, stuff that doesn't actually concern me. Yeah. Wow. So I guess you actually have to be really good in order to like be ranked. So I guess that's the goal, to get to being ranked. And the stress and the grind of trying to get to ranked in games, I'm just like, I'm getting older. I'm just not feeling it for certain games. I'm really not. I used to have it in me when I was younger, but I'm just like, just grinding to get a rank. I don't know. I do need to update some things, some facilities. That surely would help our horses and overall performance. So the spa is good for fatigue recovery, which is great, but like we still need to be strong. We're mainly racing on the turf. I realistically would like to jockey XP, yeah, spelling yard. Like, these things are good to have, but I'd rather at least get stronger horses first, and then we'll upgrade these other things. I know logically, you know, it doesn't make sense, and I would never do this in reality if I actually owned horses, but it's a game after all, right? So, do I even, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Can't do that. All facilities have to reach level 3.